The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios.
Hi, this is Mia Mosinzia, also known as Mia No Time for Love. Check out my latest book, Missing, available in print and ebook formats on Amazon.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartradio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Mosinzia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Mosinzia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for it goes Missing by Mia Mosinzia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and over 30 podcast platforms, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also, Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple Music. And coming soon to Buzzsprout and TuneIn. Also, we're on Pandora and Podbean as well. Also heard worldwide, Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take The Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also, check out the merchandise section of t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Amazon.com/Mia Mosinzia. Check it out today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM and PayPal and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with a terrific lady out of Pensacola, Florida, who's an author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, paranormal investigator, and professional psychic medium. She does it all. She possesses a unique gift to communicate with their loved ones who have passed on. Also, her ability to help families with crime and cold case profiles. She's been featured on numerous TVs and radio programs and hosts 2 radio programs, Whispers from the Heart and Paranormal CSI. She's also founder of Second Sight Paranormal Investigation and Forensic Services, and she's got an amazing story to tell as well. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios from somewhere in beautiful Pensacola, Florida, the multi-talented author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, paranormal investigator, and professional psychic medium, and more, the multi-talented Ericka Boussarhane. Ericka, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, it's a pleasure to join your show. I'm such a fan. You have such a wonderful platform, so many networks that you reach, and just wonderful guests.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want to reach out to one of the guests, maybe by paranormal, you know what? Feel free to do so. It's okay. All right. And also, you're also an author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, paranormal investigator, and professional psychic medium. You possess a unique gift to communicate with loved ones who have passed on. Also, you have the ability to help families with crime and cold case profiles. You've been featured on numerous TV and radio programs. You also host 2 radio shows, Whispers from the Heart and also Paranormal CSI. You're also a founder of Second Sight Paranormal Investigation and Forensic Services in Pensacola. And before we get into all that, Ericka, tell us how you first got started.
Well, I always tell people that I was born into a family of female psychics. My mother, my grandmother, my aunts. My uncles, to some degree, are very intuitive. And so as I grew older, going into college, there were several things in childhood, but one of the things I recall, during my childhood was seeing a deceased male that was my mom's employee. Later on in college, I would watch Unsolved Mysteries and see information visually. I would hear things auditorily and just have a sense of knowing things about some of the cases that they were talking about on the show.
Mm-hmm. And of course, what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career?
Well, I think just having the reoccurring, what most people would call deja vu, psychic interaction at a young age, like in the early times of college, moving into a haunted house really kind of kick-started or jump-started my desire to learn a lot more about my abilities, because I began having dreams and I would have visions of specific cold cases in my area of Pensacola, Florida. And so I started my journey to learn more about these abilities, and I reached out to try to find a good teacher. And at the time, John Edwards was all over the place, John Edwards. So I said I wanted to learn from whoever taught him, because obviously they were good. And so I reached out to Sandy Anastasia, and I tried to learn how to harness my abilities. And so that was my first journey into learning about what psychic is, the clairvoyance, the clairaudience, the clairsentient. Basically, I tell people it's all your senses, but it's just a supersized psychic ability that, you can't necessarily explain to people. It just is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And what was that one experience that you first encountered that led you into the going to the journey?
Well, I would say that when I was around 10 years old, there was definitely a very monumental thing that happened. My mom had an employee that had died. She had foreseen his death, and we had gone to the funeral. And as I sat later on my bed that evening, probably about to go to sleep, this deceased male, Dr. Spence, appeared. And he talked to me and told me a lot of things that, we would call precognition in my business. And it was just a very peaceful thing. I don't think at that time I really realized that this man is supposed to be dead. He shouldn't be next to me. Woo, and then I had tried to rationalize it, as I did so many other things growing up, the seeing auras around people, sensing bad about people. Sometimes, I always tell parents, don't make that child hug that stranger. A lot of times they sense things that we don't see. And so I guess that was kind of like me trying to bury that. I wanted to believe it was a dream, but as I progressed in life, I had so many other things that would happen to me that it was undeniable that there was something going on.
Mm-hmm. And what was the first cold case that you had encountered or solved? Because you specialize in crime and cold case profiles.
Well, yes. So I had started a forum. Melissa Eck would be one of the first cases that I worked locally, then Joanne Otto, and then I went to the internet. And then I remembered that there was a Patty Peterson. Her mom had sent me some information, I think, about her case. And I received an email. I worked her case. I think she had mailed me a piece of clothing of Patty. Patricia Lynn Peterson is actually her name. And I made a recording and I sent it back to her mom. And I said, and I'll never forget this, it's scary when I think about this. I said, I could see a man driving a truck. He had like a cowboy hat on with turkey feathers. And I could see this girl, Patricia, enter the truck. And I could also see her body. It was propped up in front of a tree. behind a truck stop in Arizona, mind you, and I kept hearing the Route 47, which I found out later on. I received a letter from the mom that the FBI had identified Patricia Leanne Peterson's body exactly where I said she was, and that brought chills to me. I mean, it does still to this day. But that was one of many unfortunate cases that I kind of saw a little bit more into the death of someone that I should have been able to see from Pensacola in my home.
Mm-hmm. And also, how about some of the more high-profile cases you've been involved in?
Well, we did have one here local by the name of Samira Watkins. She was a pregnant female that I had actually met 3 months before she went missing. I actually told her that she was pregnant in one of our gallery sessions. It's basically a group reading. I think it was like 30 people. And I got in front of her and we were having a conversation about the irony of her name, Samira. And we started talking about, her pregnancy that she didn't know about. And I told her that I saw danger. I saw a body being put in a red car. And I was really, really worried about her safety. And unfortunately, I was worried that she was in danger. And I had asked her to please leave whoever the father's dad was alone because I really felt like she was in danger. And, she blew it off. She was there with some family members, and 3 months later, those family members came back to my store at the time and asked me to focus on where Samira was because she was missing. I closed my eyes. I saw her body floating in water. I was then contacted by the Pensacola Police Department. I gave that information to them, and they did find her body. Someone found her body 2 days later in the same location which I said her body was. So that was one of a very high-profile case because that case, Samira Watkins, being a 3-month pregnant old female killed by a military police officer, went Nancy Grace. It went viral all over the place.
Wow, that is something as well, too. And how often do you get calls for people wanting to come and solve crime cases, cold cases, and all that? And also the what's been like the percentage of them getting solved?
Well, I had stopped really honestly focusing on crime scenes because I had children. And so when I first started out, I had the coldcasepsychic.com website. I still do have that along with my name. And I was taking in cases left and right. I had a daycare center. And then at night I would come home and I would do cases. And, anybody who works in law enforcement or a field similar to that, whether it's forensics, they will tell you, it's some heavy, heavy, heavy stuff because not always will you solve the case. Sometimes you will just give emotional closure to the family. Sometimes you won't be able to help. And so it is very difficult to manage. It was for me. It was very difficult to manage who you help, who you don't help. So eventually I kind of walked away from it altogether. And then we have recently started with my team because we consist of an attorney, a police officer, a state investigator, a lot of criminal justice majors. We have decided now that we're going to get back into simply the forensics, the missing people, and true crimes across the country. So that is our next step now.
Mm-hmm. And you're not just a paranormal investigator. You're also an author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, psychic medium, and more. We'll talk about your amazing career as well. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget, Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international war-wearing author Mia Molson-Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target. where truth is an illusion and those you love will be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson-Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson-Zia, available on Amazon. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com on over 30 podcast platforms. Take us with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to The Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Follow The Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com and check out The Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, and more. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia for great books like Missing, Once, and Wrinkles. Also, t-shirts, throw pillows, hoodies, and phone cases and more. Amazon.com/Mia Molson-Zia. And don't forget to support The Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, and themikewagnershow.com. Make sure you give generously today. We're here with author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, paranormal investigator, and professional psychic medium, Ericka Boussarhane here on The Mike Wagner Show out of Pensacola. And you've been on the radio for quite some time as well, too, along with being an author. And you can just tell us all about that.
I started out doing radio. There was CBS had a radio program, CBS Psychic on Air, and so I did that for a while. I was on the BBC. I was on Blog Talk for some time, and I did liveparanormal.com. And I took a break from that because I began traveling as a psychic medium with different events. As you said, I'm an event planner, so here in my city, I had several years of doing a paranormal convention that turned into a sci-fi anime and gaming convention from Pensacola Paracon to Pensacola Comic Convention.
Oh, wow.
We do ghost hunts here local. I have a ghost hunting company where we do ghost tours. And my team, Second Sight Paranormal Investigations, they keep me so busy now with our different TV filming and our different locations that we investigate. It's kind of hard right now to do radio, consistently, but we are in the process of creating a new radio show that will air soon on liveparanormal.com.
Oh, that's rather fascinating. We'll talk about that later as well, too. And you're also an author as well, too. And we'd like to check out your books as well, too. You got some amazing stuff.
Yes, so I am very interested in empowering people to go back to their psychic intuition, their gifted, born, innate abilities. So I do have a lot of things on my coldcasepsychic.com website where you can purchase the books for psychic development that I offer, courses. I do have meditations available. My Sam and the Boogeyman book that is really a children's book, but it was primarily written because of my two sons having abilities and trying to help them decipher how to empower themselves. You know, we created in this book a Boogeyman spray. We talked to the Boogeyman. We made a comical way of understanding that the Boogeyman is not so scary. And we, my children and I created a book that I think is very helpful for parents that might have children that are having some little problems with seeing things in the closet or being afraid of the Boogeyman under the bed. It's really just a really cute story that we created to empower my children.
And what about those monsters under the closet or under the bed? You know, that sort of thing. That's always common. There's monsters there.
Yeah, and you know, it's like this fear that we have. I think, you know, most kids won't sleep with the closet door open. You know, most kids are worried about something under the bed. So I really truly try to empower children when they're afraid. Walk them to that space. Go in with them. Say, look, you know, there's nothing there, but if there is anything that scares you, you can create a Boogeyman spray out of some lavender, which will help them. You know, throw in some cool things like glitter. If they're guys, you know, maybe do something different. But, you know, I really feel like we should empower our children not to be in fear. But also know that they're protected by their guardian angels, their tooth fairies, their God, their, you know, whatever their personal belief system is, but empower them that family is watching over them and they have nothing to fear.
How about some of the tools for adults as well, too? Like you have kids, you know, like with glitter or pixie dust or sprays or anything like that. How about something for adults?
I am such a frankincense and myrrh girl. I love to infuse or diffuse frankincense in the home. I am also a Palo Santo girl. I'm not so much of a sage girl, but that is something that most people would use, a sage, a Palo Santo. I also say, sometimes it's about the land. So it's not wrong to maybe walk some tobacco around the land. Salt is a real good thing as well. But my go-to is prayer, usually frankincense and myrrh, and whatever other things that would work for people, depending on their religious belief. Because I know people of all walks of life, all faith bases, so they have to use their faith base to empower them and to protect them.
Mm-hmm. And you can also teach people as well, too. Like you got your own separate website called the Empowerment Schoolhouse that you can also teach them also the same thing. And tell us about those.
Yes, so the Empowerment Schoolhouse, we're currently looking for other instructors. My process in that would be to teach them their psychic development, to help them embrace that. We have another lady that will be, she's a life coach, and so she'll be delving into that. We have another lady who's going to be talking about young living and essential oils and how those plant-based oils can help in your everyday life. And so we're adding other teachers to that website. And so if your listeners are interested in maybe teaching something, tell them to definitely contact us, and we'll see about getting them a part of that. One of the good things I like about the empowermentschoolhouse.com is that it will allow them to have Zoom classes with me on everything from psychic development, energy, tools, protection, mediumship, and also I will be conducting some gallery readings, which are really group readings that are virtual instead of in person, because at this time a lot of people are afraid of gathering in large crowds because of the different COVID scares. So this allows you to sit in the comfort of your own home in your pajamas and still get a reading from me.
That's rather interesting as well, too. And what else can you offer to your people at this time?
So what we do offer is some awesome movies. One of the other things that I love to do with my team, Second Sight Paranormal, is we love to make movies. We love to tell stories. We're currently working on a documentary that will feature some of our local people talking about grief. The documentary will also talk about the Dozier School of Boys. We were able to interview Chris Shawley's mom. Chris was one of the children that went through the Dozier School. She has lived with the grief of her son, unfortunately, committing suicide. He had attempted 13 times was the charm for him. So we get to tell his story, how unfortunately going through the Dozier School of Boys in Mariana caused such trauma in his life that he was not able to ever recover from. So we're able to tell Dawn's story about her child. We talk about other things of grief. But Second Sight Paranormal is not just about that. I mean, we go and we ghost bust, we go into homes with people that might have some haunted activity, and we record and we look for evidential evidence. And we have investigated some pretty awesome locations.
Wow, that's interesting. I'd like to hear some about the ghost sightings and your hunting tours and everything like that. Like, say you go to a house like in the 1600s, 1700s, or in 1800s as well. I love hearing those kind of stories. Maybe just a few cool ones.
Yeah, so, the Pensacola Lighthouse is one of, they would say, one of the most haunted lighthouses in America. So we've done that location and did interact with the lighthouse keeper, his wife, and also, I would say, a Native American gentleman and an African American gentleman there. We do a ghost hunt at the famous Seville Quarter in Pensacola that used to be a brothel, along with many other things. And that is one of the ghost tours that we offer, where you can actually dine in there, and we allow you to use the equipment. But the ghosts of Seville are very active. A gentleman by the name of Wesley actually died in the freezer of hypothermia, and he loves to play tricks on everybody. So we get a lot of people that are skeptic that think it's just a gimmick. And I've seen grown men literally walk out the door because they're trying to figure out how and why, and they just leave. So,
I get the ghost.
We had another wonderful location. Wesley Odom, who owns Go Retro Tours in Pensacola, who does a lot of the ghost tours too. His house has been featured on Sci-Fi, and we did an episode called Tub of Sorrow. And Wesley's house is actually very active as well. So we have been able to go to forts. We've been able to go to plantations. We just recently did the Myrtles plantation, which we haven't actually edited that episode. But I'm gonna tell you, the scariest one that we've done would be Curse Cliffs. It was horrible.
Oh my gosh! I like to hear more about that Curse Cliff.
Oh, gosh, it scares me to even talk about it. So in Pensacola, we have this place called the Chimney and the Bay Bluffs. This place is known, it's like a wooded area, and it's known for the historical significance, but it's also known for crime. It's also known for satanic rituals. It's also known for just being a very scary place at night. There's been probably, I think we uncovered maybe 5 to 6 deaths there.
Wow.
Some suicide by train, some shot in the head in a car. We actually discovered that there was a murder that we didn't even know about back in the 70s that we pulled up recently on Microfiche. So there's been several deaths there. And in the nearby area, one gentleman was beaten to death on that location. So when we went in there, we were really bad paranormal investigators, not scared of anything. Well, one of my team members got scratched. I got burned in the bathtub, but my Valerie Shakespeare, which is my crime expert, her house flooded the same night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, pictures, video, there is no way to debunk this. We dealt with a very negative energy that wreaked havoc in our team's lives. There were so many things that happened to each and every one of us that same night or the next day.
Now, do you guys just investigate in the Pensacola area, or do you guys go outside Pensacola, like say you go out of state?
We love to go out of state. We've done a lot local, though. We've tried to kind of stay in Alabama, South Florida, Georgia, things like that. However, I have investigated like Waverly, places in Kentucky, and a lot of the team members have done things in Texas. But that's kind of the premise of what our show is going to be, is that we want to be able to travel and discuss paranormal activity, true crime, mysteries. And so we're hoping that a network will pick us up and let us travel and do what I want to do, which is basically read locations as a medium. Mm-hmm. So some chocolate psychic on the TV screen.
That's really interesting. Certainly looking forward to check out. And where can we find your TV show, your radio show, your investigation services, and everything? Where can we find all that?
So we stream on lots of different networks. We stream on Amazon Prime. We stream on our own Second Sight Paranormal Roku channel. But one of the most awesome places is that we screen right now is Paraflix. Paraflix.com is basically, they're calling it the Netflix of the paranormal. And so it is primarily a lot of paranormal programming, wonderful shows, live investigations, series. So I would definitely recommend you go to our secondsightparanormal.com website. If you check or click the TV show link, it'll show you all the places we stream, all of our basically our intros, so you can kind of see if you want to see more about our TV show, and we hope you do.
And we certainly will check that out. And what's coming up for the amazing Ericka Boussarhane in 2022, we'll find out in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, and paranormal investigator and professional psychic medium Ericka Boussarhane after this time out.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamotionzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ray Powers, and boy, are you in luck. Right place, right time. Tuned in to the Mike Wagner Show. You heard me.
We're back with the amazing and multi-talented author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, paranormal investigator, and professional psychic medium, Ericka Boussarhane of Pensacola here on the Mike Wagner Show. Ericka, learned a lot from you, and with all these stories and how you came about and everything, what can we expect from you in 2022 and beyond, Ericka?
Well, I believe that our team will be doing a lot more traveling. I know as far as events are concerned, I do have a psychic fair here in my city this weekend. So if you're listening and you would like to come out or learn more, you can go to PensacolaPsychicFair.com. We do have investigations at Fort Morgan coming up in October. I will luckily be at the Michigan Paranormal Convention and possibly several other events coming up this year. But what we'd like to do is hear from you guys. If you're listening, find us on Facebook. Add us on YouTube. Definitely check out our social media sites as well and join the conversation. We have Facebook groups as well. And definitely check out paraflix.com because you'll be able to watch our whole series, which is a really good series. I know the last episode that we shot, the house that we actually used, the T.W. Finch house, made national news. It was actually in Newsweek because it was so haunted.
But, you know, I meant to ask you that one question. What was the most haunted you have ever done?
Okay, so Cursed Cliffs definitely would be the most haunted physical location outside, but the T.W. Finch house, the one that I just mentioned that's in our episode, Haunted Real Estate, The Uninvited, it actually is a very haunted location. We had doors open and shut in that location.
Wow.
We had grown men that were divers at the time fixing our bridge because everybody knows Pensacola had a little hurricane and, you know, our bridge went out. So, yeah, they were just normal guys that, you know, were divers. And one of them got pulled out of the bed and literally left the house and didn't return. You know, so there were a lot of things that happened. The mother-in-law of the gentleman that owned the house had a similar circumstance, and she actually packed up and moved. But they had the cabinet doors opening all at one time in the kitchen. They heard screams. Previous owners have also reported hearing screaming, hearing chains being dragged across the floor, having the door slammed on them, being touched. When I went in there, honestly, in the daytime, the house felt fine, you know, but at night, woo, the energy changes up in there. And it became kind of scary, but cool, you know. And one thing I love about the house, the homeowners were really, really nice. And, you know, they finally told us they've had the house exercised. So we knew that they were dealing with something. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, too. And I was going to ask you as well, too. And how often do you work with real estate agents when it comes to houses like that, houses for sale? Do you guys check that for any ghosts or paranormal activity with real estate agents?
We do. So my home that I owned in Pensacola, the first home that we purchased, was actually sold to me by a real estate agent, and he knew that it was haunted. He had his own feelings about the house. We are lucky to have a real estate agent on our team by the name of Dawn Hope. We call her, she's our case manager, but we call her Para Barbie. And if you ever see
Para Barbie,
she's blonde, she's beautiful. She's a real estate agent with Navarre Realty here in Pensacola and Navarre. And so we are able to find haunted houses through her. We get calls from time to time from realtors saying, hey, a client thinks there's something there. Ericka, will you go out and check it out? And a lot of times we will do that free of charge.
Oh, wow, that's interesting. I think I'll check into that as well, too. So we're here with Ericka Boussarhane here on the Mike Wagner Show. Very multi-talented and very amazing. And who do you consider your biggest influence in your career?
I would have to say the portrayal of African Americans and Native Americans on television. Wanting to be influenced in that in some positive way, to me, was my biggest influence. My second would be my mom, for sure, because, you know, she has this wonderful gift as well. And I think at the time I didn't really appreciate it, so I was kind of afraid for her. But, you know, really the portrayal of people of color. I watch a lot of Native American movies and Westerns. You know, I grew up watching Gunsmoke, and I always wanted to make sure that I did our people right. And so I really want to encourage people of all walks to enhance their ability and not be afraid of, you know, society and whatever they think, because I really think we are very connected spiritually with the earth and spirits, and it's a good thing, not a bad thing.
Yes, that's right. And Gunsmoke was one of my favorites as well, too, along with the Wild Wild West. I love those 70s Westerns. They're amazing.
I do, too. I mean, I thought I was Miss Kitty most of my life until I realized what Miss Kitty was doing. I just loved her clothes.
Oh, Miss Kitty was always a favorite. You never know what she did, what she wore, what she said, or how many people can shoot. Miss Kitty, I got to remember that.
Yeah. I really idolized her growing up. There was something about her sassiness that just enabled me in so many ways.
That's very amazing as well. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point, Ericka?
So I would say don't be afraid. You know, psychic ability is not necessarily a religious thing. So a lot of times people feel that they have to change a faith base. Psychic is just an innate thing that you can learn through meditation and prayer to listen to, that inner guidance. And if that's all you do, that's fine. If you want to get a little better, get you some tarot cards, get your divination tool, and learn to tap into your abilities and change lives.
We certainly will do so, and that's a very good point. Once again, we're with author, radio personality, event planner, public speaker, paranormal investigator, professional psychic medium, Ericka Boussarhane of Pensacola here on the Mike Wagner Show. Ericka, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back in 2022 and beyond. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, what's your website, how do people contact you, where can people purchase or check out your works or check out your classes and your services and everything else.
So you would go to secondsightparanormal.com. We have merchandise for you to purchase under our merch link. You can add us on all social media. We definitely want you to check that out. Watch our movies on Amazon Prime, on paraflix.com. We have our own Roku channel called Second Sight Paranormal or Second Sight TV. And if you'd like to learn more about me, you can go to coldcasepsychic.com and basically find us online and reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
We certainly will do so. Once again, Ericka, a very big thank you for your time. You've been totally amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon. Make sure you keep us up to date. Keep in touch. We'd love to have you back. We wish you all the best, and you've got a great future ahead of you, Ericka.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure joining this show. It was so much fun.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Hey everybody, my name is Forbes Riley, and I'm an American actress and a TV host. And I was delighted when I got my copy of Missing, which is Extraordinary Relation of Ordinary People based on a real life relationship. It's well written. It's amazing. You know, it talks about a man who has lost his wife and his daughter, and it's very well done. I'm going to highly recommend that you go get your copy of Missing. It is a powerful, exciting read. Mr. Mian Moshe Zia. He is the author of Missing. And I want to give a big shout out and a kiss all the way halfway around the world to my dear friend. Check him out at Mia's website. It's called www.miamoshenzea.com. Missing, available on Amazon. Again, I'm Forbes Riley, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to The Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.